Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? Welcome to today's NGX midday update. If you're new to the channel, on weekdays, you have usually 3 videos out every day. You have the pre-market for the NGX. The NGX is in the Nigerian market. That's out on the channel by 9:30 a.m. West African time. West African time is the same as Nigerian time. Midday, midway through the trading session, 12:30 p.m. West African time, you have the NGX midday update. And at the end of market close, 8 p.m. Market closes actually by 2:30 p.m., but I like to wait till 6, 7. Then I put my thoughts together just in case there's any information. You have the green ticker daily, a daily market summary. So it is, you'd get this video about midday. I shoot usually 20-30 minutes because it takes a while for YouTube to clear and approve. It takes 15-20 minutes. Most of the time I try to be prompt. It is also possible that what you get and what you see at 12:30 dot, if you check actual market hours, would differ. At some point in time, I may start to do lives where I just share my screen YouTube live and I just talk for 15-20 minutes. Then move on to the rest of the day. So what do we have? It's 11:57 a.m., but it's almost midday. So I think it's bright and early. Good enough for us to start. Let's get into it. Let's start with the broader market. The index is up. Essentially, the index is flat. The 0.04% gain in an item, that's flat. So the index is flat. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does at the end of the day. 2 o'clock is when you really want to keep your eyes on the Nigerian market. That's when the tug of war between the bulls and the bears. That's the peak of the tug of war. So let's look at the gainers and losers. Infinity Trust up 10%. CNIF. I need to go check what that fund is. Maybe I'll scribble through once I'm done walking through. CNIF up 10%. This is the second time or third time last couple of days I've been seeing this stock moving up intraday. Airtel Africa up 10% as well. Let's refresh and let's see why. I'm not sure why Unity Bank is blank. Is Unity Bank back to trading? That is the question we might ask. Permit me to break the order of things, but really I don't see why Unity Bank is appearing there. So let's go check. Is Unity Bank back to trading? That's the question to ask. Is this stock back to trading? It seems to be so. It seems to be so. Full bid, not surprising, 50.8 million shares of Unity Bank being bid. So Unity Bank is back on trading. Unity Bank seems to be back on trading. You have 8,978 Unity Bank shares traded so far. Full bid is not surprising because I think the tie-up deal it's doing with, I believe it's Providence Bank. The trade-off per share, the cash buyout per share, I think it's 350 kobo or so. So I won't be surprised to see Unity Bank at full bid. I was wondering, why is that bank there? So that's on the gaining side of things. Let's refresh once more. Infinity Trust up 10%, CNIF up 10%, Airtel Africa up 10%, Unity Bank, stock isn't moving, but it's trading. Mikio is in the pharma space up 9.89%. Switching lanes to the losers. I mean, some of the usual names you have been doing intraday trading. And intraday trading is simply within the market day ups and downs that you have. That's intraday. Market close is the final figure you get at the end of market close. Better Glass down 10%, Total Energies down 10%, Union Daikon down 10%, Triple G down 10%, Transpower down 10%. In some ways, it feels like a photo finish from yesterday or a repetition of yesterday. What you could call the French term skips my mind. What do you call it for? I'll probably remember at the end of the video. For the value side of things, Zenith Bank, I mean, we are seeing Presco. This is the second day, I think, of large trades in Presco. Zenith Bank, 2.5 billion worth of shares traded so far. Presco closely following 2.2 billion. Who's buying, who's selling? Consolidated Hallmark as well, 1.24 billion worth of shares traded so far. On the volume side of things, I noticed this because I tend to check the market from 10 to 10:30, even though I don't show that on the video side. But I think anyone who's an equity analyst, the first 30 minutes are important to you. the last 30 minutes are important to you in any financial market. For consolidated hallmark, leading the way in terms of volume, 331 million shares traded so far. Zenith a distant second. I would be shocked if it had so a similar volume with Zenith. That would be major. 37.3 million Zenith Bank shares traded so far. Access Corporation, parent company of the Popular Access Bank, with 14.4 million shares traded so far. So let's go back to the individual stocks. We'll go to the premium side of things. What am I watching there? It's looking mostly green. UBA in the red. Why is UBA in the red? What do we have? That's Seplat. So let's go to UBA. Let's see the market orders for UBA. 43.65 bid, 43.7 offered, 5.2 million shares bid, 14.1 million shares offered. So you definitely you're having what? More offers than bids. Let's see what to close at. Zenith Bank up and up in the green. So premium side of things, the premium board, mostly in the green. Nothing out of the usual here. And let's go check some individual names. Or let's see MTN. Yeah, let's go back to MTN. MTN is on my radar. After a while, it's been a while, the stock closed down 4.4, 414.10, 414 naira and 10 kobo. And we're seeing that the tug of war seems to be very tight. Bid price 414, offer price 414.10. So that's a 10 kobo spread. That's a really tiny spread. The volumes also, bid volume 272,000, offer volume 342,000. Interesting, tiny spread. Let's see where it closes at. 2 p.m. is when the magic starts to happen on the NGX. That is when you have the food. That's when you really have the tug of war really going on between buyers and sellers. So that's for the premium board. Let's go check the broader board. What do we have? ICO in the red, Austin Lars. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. Let's see CAP. Let's see what CAP is doing. CAP, I've been seeing this 65 bid, 71 offered. What's the last price? 71. So I'll keep an eye on it and let's see where it closes at market close. Custodian in the red. What's the last price? 44. I'm not surprised that it's in the red. Stock had run up in the last couple of weeks or so. CWG in the red, Deep Cap in the red. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Let's see Fidelity Bank. I think I saw a large trade yesterday. It's trading in large volumes. 10.3 bid, 10.4 offered. How much traded so far? 14.3 million shares. That's fairly large. I'll probably, let's see if I can dip, even though it messes up my app. Let's see what typically Fidelity Bank has been doing the last couple of days prior to now. Okay, so we'll be having large volumes all through this week. Large volumes. These are fairly large volumes. That's almost what we're looking at. We probably will be seeing over 100 million Fidelity Bank shares traded this week. Back to my timer. Okay, we're good. Fits in the red, 40 naira. Can we see fits in below 40 naira? Are there bids? 40 naira bid, 41 naira offered. Spread 1 naira. Tiny spread for fits in. Guinness, I'm watching Guinness. I think Guinness is on the way to 200 naira. It is on the road on the path to 200. It may not be in a progressive manner. It may not be in an immediate manner. I think it will get there. But it seems to be dropping today. Ikeja hotels still are slightly above 20 naira 50 kobo. Nothing much to see here. Len, I am watching, and I've stated why in the previous videos. 6.48 bid. That's the price. 6.5 offered. You have huge. It's a net offer thing. I mean, 1.7 million shares offered. 25 and some fraction thousand shares being bid. What's the 52-week? 52-week low 2.93, 52-week high 7.8. So I think there's some way to go. But for me, I've always said that 5 naira is when the stock starts to look interesting for me. And we are far from that, but let's see if we get there in the next couple of weeks. NACO slightly down by 0.05. NASCON, let's look at Dangote Sugar. Dangote Sugar, I think, has been swing trading. So let's go look at sugar. Let's see if it's something sweet today. Today looking like a sweet day. The volume is actually what? Okay, not too large. I thought I saw larger volume somewhere, but yeah, market close should confirm 60.5 bids, 61.90 offered. That's a spread of 1 naira and 40 kobo. Oh, it's gone up 61.9. Okay, so that is pretty much about it. I think that's all I'm looking at in the markets today. Nothing out of the ordinary, other than Unity Bank on full bid, uh, 50.8 million shares bid. Okay, that's a large chunk of Ella Lakes so far. Let's go refresh. Let's see if there's anything new here. Zenith, Presco, ConHall leading in terms of value. Volume wise, ConHall being consolidated, Hallmark, uh, Zenith, and Access Corporation. Connor carrying the first position, huge volume so far. This has to be an institutional play. Who's buying and who's selling? We hope we'll get that disclosure in the coming days. And that's pretty much about it, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you at 8 p.m. West African time. I'm glad to be back at my desk. So I like to have things running on time. Time is the currency of the finance space, and someone who's been in finance, timing is key. As much as possible, people need to rely on your content. On anything you do, you just have to be on time. Where you're not on time, you lose money. Money is key. We are in the game of money every day. Thank you all for listening so far. I hope you found this useful, and see you at 8 p.m. West African time. Let's see where the market ends up. Let's see if there's anything out of the ordinary. And who knows, we may get some results today. We've gotten almost all results I'm expecting. The major delay we're seeing is the Access Corporation sometime in October. I mean, you never know if it could drop before then, but as a firm, they usually like to be prudent and say, look, we may have this result coming a bit late. So it is possible the result may come in before the actual day they've said as well. That's just the conservative nature of finance. You want to give enough elbow room. It's better to communicate than not communicate at all. Thank you all. I'm not sure what's delaying Fidelity numbers. Fidelity is the only other banking stock that I'm really keen on his numbers, and numbers are yet to drop as well. So let's see. Do we start a video for Fidelity Bank numbers, or do we expect them to drop today? See you at 8 p.m. Have a good rest of the day.